You're listening to the Daily Sales Tips podcast, and I'm your host, Scott Ingram. Today's tip comes in the form of a clip from the latest episode of the Sales Success Stories podcast that just released today. This is Katie Jane Bailey, the top seller at Figma, who closed the largest deal in company history last year. Here she is.
I'm someone who kind of surrounds myself with, I may not engage in this every single day, but I put these things in my view where I'm looking at it, so spin selling is one. Another one is I have a sticky note on my wall inspired by Marissa that says world-class sales team. And that is something that I want to be a part of. I want to be a part of building. I want to contribute to it. And the exercise of thinking, what is a world-class sales team? What does it take to be a world-class sales team? And stepping on the scale and being like, where do we really need to improve? How do we think about this? Those are other things that I would say shape me as an individual so that I'm constantly evolving.
I really am interested in what are your conclusions? What are the things that you're thinking about when you think about what a world-class sales team is?
Yes. Well, okay, I will only answer this question if you promise to answer as well.
Ooh, all right.
All right. So super fun. Marissa just had our whole team actually do a mind map around this concept. So everybody had to do this exercise, and world-class sales team is in the middle. So for me, I think that if we can be a world-class sales team, then we have to operate like a team. We have to celebrate each other's wins, grieve each other's losses, give peer feedback, see feedback as a strength. What does it look like on us in a sales org to work as a team rather than a collection of individuals with goals? So that's one big one for me. Then for me, it was, pretty basic numbers like 100% of the team hitting quota or exceeding, close rate of, pick a number and higher. I think that creating like an internal and an external brand as a team is really powerful. So, what is our relationship like with legal? What's our relationship like with security and product? Are we giving feedback to the product? And then externally, are we how do our customers talk about us? How do our peers talk about us? How do we engage with community as like our team, So those are kind of my big pillars. And the one that's missing there that is like terrible to say, and I guess for me, I kind of take it for granted is like, where's the customer experience in there, right? So I personally think that if you are working on your sales hygiene is what I call it. So, all the basic things, you are hiring caring, interesting, curious, creative people, then naturally we're all like working towards a fair, good buying process. And that's ultimately what creates a good experience for the customer. But I could probably put that a little higher on my mind map.
Now, for my answer to what a world-class sales team is, you're going to have to listen to my full interview with Katie Jane in episode 111 of the Sales Success Stories podcast. And this part of the conversation doesn't even happen until the second hour of this super long episode, but it is so worth it. I am personally obsessed with this episode. I sincerely hope you'll check it out. Just in case you need the link, you'll find it at DailySales.Tips/738. Once you've gotten started on that, be sure to come back tomorrow for another great sales tip. Thanks for listening.